It's graduation day.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the best day of the year. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of these students. We acknowledge all the hard work that they put in to reach this pinning ceremony, and no one knows more than you, the family and friends of these students, all the sacrifices that they've made to be sitting on this stage today. My name is Renae Skelton. I'm the Director of Nursing Education at Barton, and I'll be the Master of Ceremonies today. We have some special guests that I would like to introduce. First is Chris Baker, the Executive Director of Healthcare and Public Service. We also have with us today, and she'll be speaking later, Dr. Kathleen Kottas, the Dean of Workforce Training and Community Education. Elaine Simmons, the Vice President of Instruction. And our college president, Dr. Marcus Garstecki. Dr. Garstecki will be our first speaker.
Thank you, Renae. I appreciate that. Good afternoon. What a great day. Graduates, congratulations on completing your program and reaching this milestone. The nursing program is rigorous, and most people will never know the path that you all took to get here today. Each of you has made personal sacrifices to pursue your dreams of becoming a nurse, and today we're going to celebrate those accomplishments. But I want to take a moment and step back and share a story with you all. When I was in junior high, my mom went back to school to pursue her dream of becoming an RN, and while continuing to work full-time as a medical lab tech in the hospital. For 2 years, I watched firsthand her dedication and commitment to accomplishing those goals. I know for 2 years, she stayed up many late nights after we went to bed, as that was the only quiet time she could find. I also remember watching her cook dinner sometimes for us with a textbook in one hand and trying to stir whatever was on the stove that night and try not to burn the dinner while she was reading and going back and forth. And I remember many times when she would come to my activities, maybe a game, and she would bring a bag with her, and in her bag was textbooks. And she'd sit up in the bleachers before the game by herself reading, just taking every moment she could to study. Actually, probably even watched while I was out there playing, who knows. But she was dedicated and she persevered. And I still remember to this day her pinning ceremonies and then her graduation ceremony. And we were all so proud of what she did. I know each of you probably have like stories of the personal challenges and sacrifices you made during your journey. We're all very proud of you. And today, as you're receiving your pin, take the opportunity to reminisce about those moments and share them with your fellow classmates and your family and friends. Speaking of family and friends who are here today or hopefully watching online, I want to say thank you for all you've done along the way. One thing I've learned about pursuing higher education is that none of us ever do it alone. I'm sure you provided support and counsel, and I would guess there were many times, even when you didn't know, that you were the motivation for your student to continue pushing through during their hardest times. I want to share one quote with you from Florence Nightingale. "Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. It is one of the fine arts, but I almost said the finest of fine arts." Being a nurse takes so many of those skills. And just like an artist, just like not everyone can be an artist, certainly not everyone can be a nurse. It takes a special person. You have those skills now, and you all are going to have amazing careers. By the end of the day, as you go out of this building and tonight after the commencement ceremony, I hope you have a lot of pride for all the work you did. And I wish you all the best of luck Have a great afternoon, a great commencement tonight, and we wish you the best. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Elaine Simmons, the Vice President of Instruction here. She's been with the college for many years, and in recent years, she's seen firsthand the impact that our students have on the healthcare consumers in our community. Elaine.
Good afternoon. If you will forgive me for a few moments, I'm going to speak to them. I'm not trying to be rude to all of you, but I've got some nuggets I want to share with our students this afternoon. So, you went to school, you studied, you went to clinicals, you studied some more, you've completed, you're going to take your NCLEX, and before we know it, you're licensed nurses. And that's an achievement. But here's my question. What does it really mean to be a nurse? What does that really mean? And my answer to you is more than going to school. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story, and then I'm going to share with you what I believe it means to be a nurse. So my story, I share it every year. It varies as life circumstances vary in my life. So today's story, as I speak to you today as a woman who is facing her first Mother's Day without her mother. I'm speaking to you as a daughter who first experienced her first Father's Day without her daddy 5 years ago. I speak to you as a person who's experienced a lot of different health care challenges, events in the last 10 plus years. I'm going to talk to you from a daughter's perspective, that family member that's going to be a part of your life, and also from a patient's perspective. You see, today I'm standing on a new hip, so I just recently had the patient perspective as well. And here's what I think it means to be a nurse. Absolutely, you're going to utilize the skills you've been taught and learned, hands down, first thing. And you're going to keep learning. You're going to do professional development, continuing education. You're going to be a lifelong learner. You're going to serve. And folks, you need to serve with commitment and passion. As you're out there doing your daily work, you all know it, many of you already work, you know there's going to be challenges and difficulties. Do not succumb to that. Rise above it, pull out your grit, extend your grace, and get through those days. Because your patients, your residents, and your family members are counting on that. And as for those patients and residents and family members, you got to listen to them. Even when you're tired of listening to them. And you got to see them. And you have to serve them. Communication is a must. You may not think about that routinely, but I promise you communication, in my opinion, is a solution to much that we experience in this life. And you have to work as a team. Wherever you choose to be employed, there is going to be at least one other person, and most likely many. You need to work as a team. You need to be a leader. You need to inspire others. You need to be a role model. You need to be kind, even when you're tired and you ache and you're frustrated. Because again, that patient, that resident, that family member is counting on you and your kindness and your care. Your employer, your team, and your patients and residents deserve your best every time you're working. Every time. And your fan club, you need to take them with you because they have supported you to this day. The last thing I will tell you is this. What does it mean to be a nurse? Or better yet, What does it mean to be a Barton nurse? You are now Barton nurses, and I need you to go make us proud. Congratulations.
Whew, that's a lot. All right. Our next speaker is Dr. Kathy Kottas, Dean of Workforce Training and Community Education, and Dr. Kottas is a nurse. Dr. Kottas also served as Director of Nursing prior to becoming the Dean. Dr. Kottas?
Good afternoon. Thank you for letting me come and say a few words to you this afternoon. It's kind of special. 40 years ago, I was right where you guys are, sitting in that chair. A little scared, a lot nervous, but oh so excited about what lay ahead of me as a nurse. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to visit with a lot of people who have contemplated becoming a nurse, and I tell everyone the same thing. Nursing is stable. You will always have a job. Even through a pandemic, you will always have a job. But more importantly, nursing is a career where you can change your job, but you don't have to change your profession. You can reinvent yourself as often as you want to. You can work in a clinic. You can work in a hospital, in ICU, med-surg, ER, home health, hospice, outpatient clinic, health department, wherever you might want to. You could be a nursing instructor, or a director of nursing education, or a dean, or many more. It's the best career on earth. It has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And I hope for your future as a nurse, you will be as happy with your decision as I have been. This day is always very special. It is a day where we celebrate you, our graduates. You have worked very hard and endured very many things over the last 1 to 2 years in school. Our world as nurses has changed, and I thank you all for taking a giant step to being the next generation of nurses. We are depending on you to make a difference, and you will, every day. You have learned and will frequently practice patience, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, assertiveness, and acceptance. We couldn't be prouder for your future, or should I say our future, as your patients. Thank you. Sorry, not quite there. Today is all about you and your family. Now, your family know you, but not everybody knows everybody. So I'm going to take the liberty and take a few moments to introduce the graduates in a very special way. And I think this will help illustrate some of the sacrifices that these students have made during school. So graduates, your final exam, okay? Please stand if the statement that I make applies to you. I drive at least 5 miles one way to attend school with Barton. Okay. Remain standing if you drive at least 10 miles one way. Remain standing if you drive at least 20 miles one way. 30 miles one way. 50 miles one way. 70 miles one way. 100 miles one way. 120 miles one way. How far? 133? 120. Okay, excellent. We have students that come from near and far to attend Barton. If the place you call home is in Barton County, please stand. Okay, you can be seated. If the place you call home is 10 miles or more away, please stand. Okay. Remain standing if it's 30 miles or more away. 40, 50, 75, 100, okay, 120. Okay. I figured I'd have you two standing again. So 150. So good. Okay. Stand if you are single. Okay. Stand if you are married. Okay. Stand if you have at least one child at home. Okay. Stand if you have at least 2 children at home. 3 children at home. 4 children at home. 5 children at home. Okay, very good. Stand if you worked part-time or full-time during school. Okay. Okay, stand if you have started working on a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing while attending school at Barton. Okay. Stand if you plan to begin a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing after completing Barton. Okay, you can be seated. Stand if your family and or you more than 5 times in the past year have eaten cereal or frozen pizza for supper. Thank you. You can be seated. Okay. I know that from experience. Yeah, we got standers in the front row. So, this exercise only shares part of the challenges that these students have faced over the last 1 to 2 years. There have been many more, and they have risen to the challenge. Congratulations, graduates. Well done.
We're very fortunate at Barton Community College to have such wonderful nursing instructors. They have a wealth of clinical experience and have shared it with our students. So faculty, please stand when your name is read. Chris Blanton, Kara Brower, Mark Colglazier, Hannah Damel, Sadie Fitzgerald, Samantha Hazen, Jill Lawson, Heidi McKinnon. And I'd just like to mention that Mrs. McKinnon will be recognized at commencement tonight as an outstanding or a distinguished instructor from Barton Community College. And Tana Yellowwolf. Every year, the students vote for a faculty speaker, and this year, Mrs. Kara Brower was chosen by the students. Mrs. Brower just completed her 11th year as a nursing faculty. She teaches primarily our associate degree students, and she also has been named a Barton Distinguished Instructor. Mrs. Brower.
I dare them to move you. That's right. You're going to be fussy.
Congratulations, you guys. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. I guess listening to me for the last 9 months wasn't quite enough for you guys in the RN level. But don't worry, I'll get you guys who are coming into the RN program next year. There are a few things I was thinking about when I was trying to decide what I would talk about up here. And the thing that kept coming back to mind was the fact that you're not going to remember anything that I say up here today. So what I might be able to do is help you remember the way you feel and the way that you feel today. So I'll do that. I'll do what I think I do best, and that's to be a cheerleader and to praise you guys and remind you of how great you are. And you guys are truly great. You've gone through hell and high water. You've gone through thick and thin. Thick study guides and thin patients, probably thinner hair. And you have persevered. Christopher Robin, the little boy from Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin was trying to prepare Winnie the Pooh for their separation. He knew they weren't going to be together forever. And when he was talking with Pooh, Pooh reminded Christopher Robin, he said, "I'm not brave without you, I'm not strong without you, and what will I do when I need advice?" And Christopher Robin said, "You are braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, and you are smarter than you think." I hope and think that over the past year, you guys have realized how brave, how strong, and how smart you are, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't. You're here because the people around you believe in you, and because we as instructors believe in you, and mostly because you chose to believe it yourself. You braved the unknown of the nursing program and all the challenges of competing needs, competing issues. You have the inner strength to persist even when you made a mistake, and you pushed through that. You learned from your mistakes, and you are awesome people for that. You're smart enough to learn new skills and also to take these exams at this place that are so difficult, okay? But I'd also like to take a minute to think about where you guys have come from. What have you been through in the past 12 months? And it's a lot, isn't it? Some of you have new scars that you did not have, both physically and mentally. Some of you have some of you may have a new life growing inside of you, and maybe some of you have lost a dear one, and maybe both of those things have happened to you during this year. But I know how much you guys have been through. Some of us have even had birthdays, like our friend Sadie, who gets to have a birthday today and graduation. Congratulations, and happy birthday, Sadie. Now, there was more to what Christopher Robin had to say. He added to Winnie the Pooh, he said, "Remember, I will always be with you." And this is the fun part for instructors, because we will always be in your head for the rest of your lives. So we'll be there when you're frustrated with that resident who will not stay in bed or will never wait to get help before they get out of bed. We'll be with you when you have that coworker or somebody or that temptation that says you should cut corners that could hurt somebody. When those things happen, I hope you hear us reminding you to prioritize safety and compassion. On the other hand, we're only a text or an email away. And so if you need something, if you need that advice, if you've run into some situation that is a little bit that you don't feel quite brave enough for, or smart enough for, or strong enough for, you remember all the people here, all of the support people you have out here, and these instructors who want what's best for you. And we've been that new grad, so we know what some of the things are that you will be challenged with. My heart is full. I am so proud of you guys. Go make the world a better place. Congratulations.
So this year, Barton Community College Nursing Department is awarding the first Daisy Award. This award will be presented to one PN student and one ADN student. So let me tell you a little bit about what this is about. The Daisy Foundation was established in 1999 by members of the family of Patrick Barnes. He was 33 years old when he died of complications from an autoimmune disorder called ITP. Like many families we see every day who go through this kind of horrific loss, the Barnes family wanted to do something positive to honor the very special man that Patrick was. DAISY is an acronym for Diseases Attacking the Immune System. As they brainstormed what the DAISY Foundation would actually do, they kept coming back to the one positive thing that they held on to during Patrick's 8-week illness: the extraordinary care that he received from the nurses. The family was very impressed by the clinical care Pat's nurses provided, but what really overwhelmed them was the compassion and kindness that his nurses brought to Pat's bedside day in and day out. The nurses' sensitivity made a great difference in the Barnes' experience, and they wanted to say thank you to nurses for extraordinary care they provide to patients and families every day. So Pat's family created the DAISY Award for Extraordinary Nurses. What started out as a thank you from their family to nurses has grown into a meaningful recognition program embraced by thousands of healthcare organizations around the world. We're very proud to partner with DAISY as we have very extraordinary nurses here at Barton Community College. So the recipients of the DAISY Award will receive a sculpture called the Healer's Touch. This sculpture represents the bond between nurses and their patients. This is hand-carved by Shona artists from Zimbabwe. The recipients will be registered with the DAISY Foundation and receive a host of other benefits, including reduced tuition at Chamberlain University if they choose to pursue their degree there, and grants for medical missions if they want to go overseas and work with a medical mission. So we'll begin with our PN recipient. Part of the nomination form is someone nominates them and they write a story about how they displayed extraordinary care. So I'm going to read that to you. While we were at clinicals at Pratt Health and Rehab, I watched her interact with a female resident who had lost her husband. This resident often stayed recluse in her room. As I peeked in, I saw them talking like old friends. She was a bright light in the resident's life that day. It was apparent the woman felt seen and heard. She made such an impact in those few extra minutes that she spent with the resident. I am convinced there is no better recipient for this award. She is a light and will continue to make an impact for those that she cares for. Ladies and gentlemen, the Barton Community College DAISY Award recipient is Joyce Rucker. So next, we will award the associate degree recipient. He goes above and beyond for his patients, was part of the nomination. He is always spending time with his patients, ensuring their needs are met, and providing the highest level of care. He is dedicated to growing in his nursing skills and constantly asks questions and seeks feedback. He takes constructive criticism in stride, using it to promote self-growth and strive for excellence. One morning, he quickly identified that a patient had dislocated her hip. He took immediate action, and the patient had surgery shortly after. This is just one example of his attentiveness and dedication to his patients. Daily we hear at least one patient or family praise him for exceptional care and attention to detail. He's an outstanding LPN, and we are excited to see him grow in his role of RN. The 2025 Daisy Award recipient is Javier Gonzalez. So I'd just like to thank everyone who nominated students for this award. We had some really wonderful nominations, and the award was selected by a panel from across Barton Community College. So now we're ready to award the pins. The nursing pinning ceremony is a symbolic welcoming of new graduates into the nursing profession. In the 12th century, monks who cared for the injured during the Crusades were given the Maltese Cross, and that's considered to be the first badge given for nursing. After the Crimean War, Queen Victoria awarded Florence Nightingale the Royal Red Cross for her work as a military nurse. When Miss Nightingale established her School of Nursing, she awarded pins to her students. So this is a long-standing tradition in the nursing world, and it's truly my honor to present these pins to our students. We'll begin with the PN students.
Taylor Alloway. Cecilia Bernard. Merlin Castillo. Hannah DePogni. Vanessa Flores. Eulady Gonzalez. Makayla Griffin. Emily Hall. Kinsey Crom. Tiffany Lewing. Megan Looney. Sierra Marley. Tessa Miller. Jesse Mater. Teresa Reason. Cody Rubel is also a part of this class. He could not be here today. Joyce Rucker. Lainey Shireman. Jolie Stauffer. Luz Villegas. Madison Ward.
We will now recognize the ADN students. Mary Bernard. Shelby Cavillo. Anna Campbell. Sydney Cannon. Shay Cox. Sierra Deppenbush. Courtney Dillon. Carly Doherty. Kimbra Dowling. Michelle East.
That's my girl.
Jennifer Fagan is also a part of this class, but she could not be here today. Erica Fitzgerald. Oh. Amanda Genta. Javier Gonzalez. Madeline Gregg. Hannah Hall. Bailey Harner. Guadalupe Herrera. Catlin Homewood. Shakota Houseman. Billy Jenkins. Sean Kenyon. Brandy Cravel. Aubrey Labs is a part of this class, but she could not be here this evening. Cagney Lemus. Savannah Lohr. Terry Mantle. Enrique Martinez. Stephanie McCarthy. Megan Nelson. Luis Pando. Brooke Pate. Florence Rose. Kennedy Sandy. Chloe Shank. Bailey Sizemore. Sadie Strange Shepherd. Elena Tavoda. Sarah Tarn. Barbara Wilder. Lanice Willis. Julita Wilson. Bailey Wright. Okay, so let's wrap this up, shall we? So, we're about to recite the Nightingale Pledge. This pledge is a modified version of the Hippocratic Oath that physicians use. The pledge is a statement of ethics and principles of the nursing profession. The language is old-fashioned, but the principles of doing no harm, maintaining confidentiality, and teamwork are still priorities for nurses everywhere. Students, please stand and join me in reciting the Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I will endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Now we'll light the candles. Florence would be proud of us.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his own. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world.
As we bring this ceremony to a close, I would like to invite you all next door to the Student Union. We have cookies and punch for everyone to enjoy. It'll be a great opportunity for your students to introduce you to their friends, to meet all the people, all the stories that you've been hearing about all year, to put a face with those names. So please join us next door. There's also a balloon arch over there where you can take some pictures. It is with great pride and tremendous joy that I present to you the Barton Practical Nursing and Associate Degree Nursing class of 2025.